The time is now and never, I can't look back. It's mine forever, the record is stacked. It's like the Letterman team on my back. The time is now and never, I'm making it count. Counting the times they counted me out. Straight out the mud, I'm making it out. I gotta get it, the time is now. Sheesh.
What's happened over there? What's wrong with the Wi-Fi? The back cave? Didn't pay the bills?
Yeah, right. Oh, shoot. No, the bills are paid. But there's a lot of excitement going on with Kelsey Plum coming to town and stuff like that. And I know a lot of people are hyped. I saw Molly Miller, posting pictures and stuff with her girl. And I think that this is a good time to be in the Valley. I think we've got a lot of excitement. Carson Beck is really looking like he can throw that thing a little bit. Push Jacoby.
Stop it. That's what happens when you just.
Listen.
That's what happens when you just read social media. But luckily, you got your boy.
No.
Cam Cox.
No,
here
listen. Hold on.
Like you can't believe everything you read on social media.
Hold on. Listen,
like you say that.
I want Jacoby to be solid. I think with Jacoby, the Cardinals are a 7-win team, 8-win team, maybe. I think with Carson Beck, the Cardinals are a 4-win team, 3-win team, or whatever, which is great for them because then they can at least get a look at what the future looks like. Is Jacoby Brissett going to be the guy here in Arizona in 2 years, 3 years? I think the answer is no. We all know, and Carson Beck at least has a chance. And listen, I like Jacoby. I think Jacoby could be a dude for somebody that is close. The Cardinals just unfortunately right now I just don't think are close. But the Mercury right now I think could be on the cusp of something special with Kelsey Plum. I think Kelsey Plum is a winner. I think she's legit. Yeah. Shoot, she could probably win 5 or 6 or 4 for the Cardinals too. I saw what Espo posted.
Well, yeah, that was back when she was playing when she got drafted to San Antonio Silver Stars. This is how you know Chili is hyped for the show. We're a couple minutes in, he already said, "Welcome, thanks for watching Dropping Dimes." He just started rambling, and we've covered 2 different topics before we even started the show. So thank you for watching another episodes of Dropping Dimes. Just Tilly. Listen, we're gonna start things off with some high school.
Hey, we
football.
matching though. We are matching.
We are
in sync, dog. Hey, this guest is a 101 from what I understand. Yeah. I talked to a whole bunch of people from the PNW telling me that Arizona high school football got a winner in town, and I'm just like, yo. Have y'all met Coach Iguano? Have y'all met Coach Regal? Have y'all met Coach Mons? And hey, this dude
and now they gotta meet
special.
Yeah.
Coach.
Now they gotta meet. Saguaro, new head coach Butch Goncharoff. He is joining us here on the show tonight. I was yes. Yeah, no.
He's joining us from Victor's iPad. So
that's right.
I'm gonna guess that's either the good homie or the kid or whatever. But
no. Let's see if we can get Coach in here. Coach, you got us? You got us there? See if we can...
his mic is off. Listen, technology is a funny thing. My Wi-Fi is not working. Cam Cox don't got a mic that works. He's working on the low budget, old days of working with the scraps when you're just out getting out the mud. Oh, there he is.
Old guys trying to use technology. You know it. Yeah.
No problem, Coach. Just turn on your video.
There's a camera.
Oh my God, damn. Coach. Hold on, guys. Jeez.
I can't wait.
I need my 17-year-old to get this thing going. There we go.
Oh, we're good. There he is.
What's happening, guys?
With the corded headphones. Look at him.
Yeah.
Hey, it's whatever works at this point in time.
Hey, Coach Goncharoff, thank you so much for joining us. Real quick, hold on, Chili. Your phone outed your real name. It says Victor's iPad.
Yeah.
Victor's the real name, huh?
So Victor's the real name. The kind of story behind that was, I don't even know how it kind of came out. Went to a barber shop when I was a kid, and they just walked in all bruised up and beat up, and they're like, that's no Victor. This kid's name is Butch, and it just kind of stuck. So that's been there ever since.
Well, Coach, let me tell you something. Obviously, myself, Cameron Cox, just Chili. Very nice to meet you, sir. We haven't officially met at practice yet. Thank you so much for joining us. So we do a high school football show here at 12 News. This is our 37th year. The guy who used to host it before me, 37, longest running show in the state. So the guy who used to, I'm telling you trade secrets here, and I don't know if I ever said this over the air, over the microphone. The guy who used to host this, his name was Bruce Cooper. Everybody called him Coop. Like yourself, his real name was Victor. So
No
I got
way.
a special
Okay.
place in my heart
All
for
right.
Victors. Yeah,
Okay.
see, Chili didn't know that. Look at that.
Yeah.
Chili didn't know that.
Yeah. That's
Well,
awesome.
Coach, first, Coach, it's good to meet you, sir.
You
I know
too.
you're new to the Valley. You come from a very prestigious
Welcome.
time in
Thank you.
Seattle, win state titles. What's it like to be out
A
here
lot of them.
in the Valley?
A lot of them.
And what's it like to be out here in the Valley and take over Saguaro?
You know, it's cool. I mean, we moved here a few years ago. You know, I guess probably going on probably about 2.5, 3 years ago. And we moved down from Seattle. My in-laws live in Sun City West. We have a daughter who was entering high school at that time. And we just thought if it's time to go, it's time to go. And my first impression, we moved down in the middle of July. And I was like, what in the world is going on? Our moving truck was stolen. We lost everything we owned. We kind of bought a house down here sight unseen. So it was
stolen.
Yeah, we lost everything. So it was
Dang.
my first impressions of Arizona was like, what?
We got hoodlums.
What's going on here, man? So but it was fun. You know, I was kind of back. My last kind of real gig was with Jim Zorn and Mike Riley in the XFL and doing that when that thing was kind of rolling. And I knew I wanted to go back to high school football. So not really knowing the lay of the land. I mean, I knew Rick Neuheisel and other guys that were playing, but I didn't know anybody that many high school ranks. And so it's been kind of fun, man. So I've gotten to know a little bit Noel Mazzoni, who got hired down here. It was
my dog.
Yeah, just a great guy, man. So kind of came out of the blue here, and you know, I knew Jason Mons a little bit just via not person, but just we never played against each other, but you know, you get on the speaking circuit and you're around, everybody knows everybody, but he's a heck of a ball coach too. So Saguaro's, it's a cool place.
Thanks for sticking with us here in Arizona after that moving truck, man. You must. Some people might have been like, "Hey, we got to go somewhere else."
Hey, I like it now. It's like, you know, I'm used to it now. It's nice. So,
Coach, I'm curious. You said that you coached all sorts of levels and stuff, XFL. So you coached in the pros and stuff. What is it about high school football that you love so much that pulled you back in, that just got you reeled back in?
I mean, I just miss it. You kind of know who you are, man, and you know, it's more than, you know, it's more than a game. I mean, that sounds so cliche and stuff, but at heart, I think I'm a teacher, and I love the building of a team. Listen, I don't love games. I mean, those that know me, I'm sure you've done your research. I don't yell and scream and do cartwheels on the sideline.
You're not a rah-rah dude.
I don't love games, but I do love practice. I love everything about practice and getting in the dirt and teaching the game and molding a team and that kind of stuff. And and I just miss that. And so I felt like I had, you know, plenty. I'm not a young guy, but I'm not an old guy. And I just felt like, man, I got one more run left in me. When we moved here, you know, my wife started taking up golf and hiking and doing all these things, and I can't hit a ball out of a sand trap, and I don't really have too many hobbies. And so at heart, I'm a ball coach. So it's just kind of fun to go back to doing it.
Hey,
you know,
Coach,
before
I let Cam go.
Coach. I can't hit a ball either out of the sand trap.
Man, I can't either.
I'm
yeah,
right there
yeah.
with you.
Yeah.
Hey, Coach, before I let Cam go on this, I got to ask a couple questions, and I got to get this one out of the way because so much has been said. Adam Beadle posted something during the spring showcases about the limited numbers over there at Saguaro.
Sure.
Recently, Eric Sorensen wrote a flaming piece about all the bad that's going on at Saguaro.
Right.
Listen, I love what you're about. I love what you're communicating. How are you going to build this though? Because I myself, having covered high school football here for almost like a decade, a little bit more, I have my concerns. I'm worried, is Saguaro going to make it to week 8? Like, how are you going to get this right? How are you going to fix this? Because it does need some fixing.
Yeah, that's a, you know, I don't know how long this show is going to be, but I'll give you the best answer I did. But, sure. You know, it's kind of crazy because there's been so much written about what's happening. It's just, like I said, storied program, great people in the building. And, but, you know, I know the story was written the other day, but it was really like nothing for me. It was like nothing new. I mean, I got hired in April late. I mean, that stuff had all happened before. So, but, you know, and I read part of it, and I read somebody said, well, man, these guys went to ASU in the dead of heat with 13 kids. And I thought to myself, man, exactly. We went in the dead of heat to ASU with 13 kids, and we battled from the first play to the last play. And we didn't say, hey, let's not play these guys. Let's not do that. It's funny because I have some buddies up there. Tracy Ford, who runs Ford Sports Performance, a big place up there, played for me and kind of reminded me, we beat Long Beach Poly. I had 38 kids on the team. They were number one in the country, 2071 guys, school of 5,000 kids. I think I won my first state title with 35 kids. What I'm trying to tell my kids and everybody, this is where I'm starting, man. To give you a big answer was, man, you only play with 11. B, everybody's telling you why you can't. I'm here, sir, to tell you why you can. And that's what I'm focusing on. I'm focused on what we can do. I'm not focused on what Brophy has or Pinnacle has or even what DM has. I have no control over what they have, but I got control over how we play and what we do. And I think that's just where I'm starting. I mean, really, it started out, we started spring practice. We had 13 kids, the first practice, 13. I don't know where we're at now, 30 something, but so it's growing. But we have to be really good about what we do. We're not going to out athlete anybody. We're not going to do anything like that. So we have to win the little things, and we got to play really good error-free football. And
hey, listen, I gotta share this with you guys. So on April 10th, Friday, April 10th, I don't know if you guys remember exactly what day that is, but the news kind of broke that you were taking over Saguaro. The first thing that happens is my phone starts blowing up, and not from the typical like Blair and Gulos, not from the typical Brandon Huffman types, not the Cam Coxes of the world, but a former friend from the music industry hits me up and shows me the article. And the first thing that he says is this coach was a beast in Washington, man, and now he's in AZ. He's going to take over. He's a winner, and you can count on him to do that with those kids. And I tried to explain to him the situation at Saguaro, downtrodden program. He's like, I don't care. Butch will get it done. He's not going to replicate what Mons did, but he's going to do it his way and get the most out of that program that any coach under God's hot sun could get. I'm not trying to fire anybody up.
No.
I just want to let you know, Coach, I don't know if you even know this guy. His name is Brian Worthing, and he does a lot of stuff at the University of Washington, and he's from the music industry. But I just want to let you know what kind of people from the area support you. They all do, and I find that fascinating.
Well, what's cool is, and that's great. I appreciate you sharing that. I mean, look, when you've been doing this as long as I have, you're not doing it at this. Listen, I ain't coaching at Saguaro for the money. It's not for the fame. I'm doing it to build these kids up. And everybody in this thing has told these kids they can't. And the game is still, I know it's about schemes, and 7-on-7 is a huge deal. And I'm not knocking anything about that, but the game of football is about blocking, tackling, discipline, details, and execution. It has not changed. And we have to be really good about what we do to get through the year. What I will say this is, and I absolutely mean this. I'm not saying it because I'm on a show. I love my kids I have. I know I have. Listen, I understand the kids that left. I knew them a little bit. Great kids, great families. I don't, with all the stuff that happened, I don't begrudge any of them for leaving. I get it. That even just prior before me getting there. But I love the kids that stayed. And, we've got a core group of guys that, man, give us a year, watch what happens. Because these kids, it's one thing to go when everyone tells you to go. It's rare when you got guys that want to stay and they know what's up against them. And everybody from the school, from in their own building, from around the areas on Twitter telling them, you guys this, you guys that, and da-da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, I like the pieces we have. Yes. Are we going to be undermanned in every game? Absolutely. 100%. But if we do what we do, man, I mean, we're going to compete. And that's the point on the ASU thing. We competed. Were we dead? Yes. Were we, again, we were dead, but we did things right. And so that's what we're working on. The focus is really about us. And that's what we're doing, man. And we're trying to change. Listen, culture is such a buzzword about.
Sure.
I mean,
every
coach is going to come on here and tell you the same thing. But man, I have built my entire career on the belief that culture beats strategy. And the one thing I applaud these kids is they have begun to change the narrative of what's going on around there. And, and the bottom line is, man, these kids are just kids. They need leadership. They need guidance. They need somebody they can believe in. They need somebody they trust. And I'm trying to be that guy.
Coach, you are that guy. I mean, fourth different head coach in 5 years. We all know the history of Saguaro and what it is. And it's been tough to see it where the program fell into. But to hear your passion and to hear your energy, to hear your belief into getting it back and to invest in these kids, I'm sure the kids can feel it too. But what's the buy-in like with the kids? How are they doing?
At first, it was like,
so the eyes are probably like this big.
First
right?
day of spring ball, 13 kids. Like there's like, and then finally, I guess we walked off the practice field like a week ago. We had one day before we took some time off, and our kids are like, "We're not bad. I mean, we're not good, but we're not bad." And the arrogant piece of me will just say, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I'm going to tell you guys this because it's only the three of us talking. I've won everywhere I've been, and I'm going to win here. It's just a matter of time. And
I love that.
And I don't mean that to begrudge anybody. It's just
there's supported facts
Coach,
behind it, right?
I know who I am, and I know what we're going to do, and I know what these kids are starting to believe in. And listen, we get beat, and we had that thing at Bellevue. I mean, yes, we had. Budda Baker, we had some guys, but we didn't have a ton of guys. I mean, every year, my first 4 years we won 4 straight state titles. We didn't have college guys, but rarely did we make mistakes. We led the state, I think, for 8 years and fewest penalties, fewest turnovers. But the bottom line was you had to beat us. And I'm sure if you talk to Budda Baker, that's my guy, he'll tell you, you had to line up and you had to beat us. And that's what we're trying to get our kids to understand is we may only have 11, they may have 80, but when we line up with 11, you got to beat us, man. And if the game's about doing things right. And that's what we're trying to do is do things right every day.
Coach, I'm going to ask you about Budda just a second.
Oh, gosh, here we go.
I know. I
texted him, man. I did not know you were such a big deal down here, man. I don't know, man. It was like, everywhere I turned, did you know the guy? But yeah, man. He was,
I coached him. I'm asking you about him in just a second. But building off the Saguaro legacy question, have you reached out to former players? Like, have you done, digging into the program? Are you going to? You know what I mean? How's the community treating you and kind of trying to rally around this program? Because some of my favorite memories of Saguaro are being at some of those Thanksgiving Day practices back in the day and seeing people come out, parents come out, alumni come back, Christian Kirk, you know what I mean? And seeing people rally around that program and seeing that thing rocking on Friday nights. So how's the community treated you so far, Coach?
Well, yeah, I think it's great. I mean, I haven't met a ton of the former players, but I think when I was going through the process, I mean, what was cool for me was, Coach Mounds and some of his staff, they were the first guys that I heard from when I got the job. Like, hey, man, if there's one guy that can bring it back, you need to bring it back. This place is a special place. And I thought that was cool. I mean, there was probably one of the best parts of the process is when I knew I wanted to jump back into this, man, there were, Frank Rubin. I don't know if you've been there since. I think he
was Saguaro.
I think he laid the pavement in the school or something, man.
I think so, yeah. But there's a few bricks that he probably did too.
Yeah, man. Nagi Sabah, there's Paul Cummings, Nikki May. There have been people around that program and in that building for a decade, and they believe in that place, not just the football deal. And that's not everywhere. So I think that was the first thing, like, man, there's really good people in this building. So they've been super supportive. So everybody that's kind of, been there is or been a part of it has reached out and been really cool. And I've told them all, listen, I'm not trying to build the next Saguaro. I'm not trying to build the next Bellevue High School. I'm just trying to find where we land in that and build this next chapter of Saguaro. So we'll see.
Man, hey, Coach, I think that what you're doing is absolutely special, and I think
too.
that any of these kids is lucky to get the opportunity to play for you, and I just hope that it all comes together. My worries are just my worries because Saguaro playing in the toughest highest level of football here in the state of Arizona, which, I mean, man, you can compare it with anybody in the country. I think like our top 10 teams can compete anywhere.
I would agree.
And
I've been, I've played my fair share of national games in high school, and I think Arizona football is the best of the best. Are really good. There's a lot of kids. There's a lot of talent. And again, that's why I said for us to go out and go, hey, we got, let's game plan Pinnacle, because they're starting. I can't. We just have to be good. We have to worry about what we do and not what they do. And so, I mean, that is how we get through it. And then we have to build where they're at. I mean, and where they were. So, I mean, worrying about what Brophy has or Pinnacle has or Desert Mountain has is not going to get us anywhere. And I think the other thing I'm trying to convince these kids, and I really mean this, man, is again, everybody out there is telling them you can't do it. You guys are gonna be bad. You could get hurt. Listen, you can get hurt in a 9th grade game. We decided to have one team. We could have fielded a freshman team potentially. But you know how freshman football goes. You take those kids, you put them on another field, their coach, it's just a step above youth football. With where our numbers were, we brought these kids into the depth, and we got to teach them. So we are teaching them the game the way we play. Will they get in games on Friday night? I hope not. I haven't played many freshmen at all, but that's a choice every family has to make. And the kids that stayed have made a choice. And so, I mean, Chili, I hear your concerns, and they're probably valid. I mean, I would have it, it is football, but then it comes down to technique, coaching, and just, doing the right things at the right time.
I say that, but Cam, you can testify to this. Years ago, almost maybe 10 years ago, Coach Davis at Paradise Valley took a ragtag group of 22 kids to the playoffs, and was playing some like mind-boggling football. So, Coach, listen, man, you've done some.
It was 5A. Yeah,
it might have been in 5A, but Coach, you've done some amazing things. The places you've been. If anybody can try to get this thing right, and I would trust to, steal some victories and maybe find a way to get into the playoffs, it's going to be you. So, there's a small handful of coaches.
I appreciate that very much. So we'll see.
It's cool. It's cool to hear your passion, Coach, for Saguaro, and to teach these kids. All coaches have it, and it's really neat to hear your vision. And we appreciate you sharing that with us. That's why I reached out. I apologize we haven't been out to practice yet to meet.
Oh, no worries.
But I just thought it was important that people hear that, like knowing your background, knowing what people think of you and what you've kind of done. And then I just thought it was important that people hear that. So we're looking forward to it, Coach, this year. And you're right. That's all you can do when things are like this. You control what you can control and see where the chips fall. And keep building.
I'll leave you guys with this. So when I decided, I took over a program, Cedar Park Christian in Bothell, Washington, state's longest losing streak, 28 games. My family wanted to stay in Seattle, so ended up taking that job. Gave it a 2-year plan to see if we could rebuild it. Never been to the playoffs.
2 years.
Just kind of because you never know. So 2-year plan,
sure.
And
my man wants to work fast. I'm not mad. My man wants to work fast.
So our first team meeting, we had 3 kids. We played the first year with 17 kids. 8 of those 17 had never put a helmet on in a decent league. It isn't 6A football, but it was a good league. We end up playing Archbishop Murphy. With Kyler Gordon, I think they were top 30 team in the country, with 15 kids, and it was 10-3 at halftime. Now they gave the ball to Kyler about 11 plays in a row in the third quarter, and we were there, and it ended up being like 35-3 at the end. But I tell you what, this team is not even in that realm. This team is pretty good. But I mean, we were the following year, I think we were 10-1. And I mean, it's belief is such a thing for kids, man. If they don't believe it, if these kids keep coming out, they're going, yeah, we're going to be bad, we're going to suck. If they don't believe it, you're going to get beat no matter what you do. So that's why I say we're starting with us, and we'll see where it goes from here.
Coach, get you out here on this. Budda Baker, what was he like to coach?
I had, his older brother, Robert, was one of my favorite kids ever. Unfortunately, he passed on, but tremendous young man. And then Budda showed up, and I'm sure he's told you, I didn't know all the hype and know who he was. I didn't spend a lot of time at youth games, but I think from a football standpoint, we were playing Oaks Christian his sophomore year, and they were pretty good. Jordan Payton, man, they had a ton of guys. And about halftime, I'm like, man, this kid's pretty good. Like, this kid's not too bad for sophomore. And the best thing I can tell you about Budda Baker, the football player, and I said this the other day on somebody's show, is you could not tell the difference between a Monday night practice in the pouring down rain when he was a freshman or sophomore or a Monday night football game against the Cowboys. That guy brings a level of intensity and a level of professionalism since he was a kid, and it's rare, and that stuff's infectious. So every program that he goes to, he can change it, because when your best players practice at that level, he's not big into talking, he's not big into all these other things. And it sounds cliche because everybody's like, well, he's a better person than he is. He's genuine, he's real, he's got an incredible family. I don't do it's shock you, I don't do the Instagram or the Twitter, so I'm sure I could barely get on. I could barely hook up the Zoom tonight, guys. But my wife shows me he's always hanging with his kids. He's just special. He's a great player, man. And he's carved out a heck of a career, because it is hard to play for that long and to play that well. And, but if you ask me, am I surprised? No, I'm not surprised. He's just, he's special. And there's a reason he's been along as good as he has for a long time. But he's you guys have been around him. He's a better person, right? I mean, you guys, he's just real. He's just great.
The longest tenured Cardinal on roster, going in his 10th season. And when you ask people, it's crazy to hear you say, like, describe him like that coach in high school, because he's still that way in the NFL. Yeah. And that's why he has survived 5 different coaches for the Cardinals, all these different staffs.
Yep.
And yet Budda is still there, one of the most respected safeties in the league. I hate to say, like, at his size, like it's a bad thing, but it's like, he's not 6'5" or anything like that.
No.
But boy, does he play that way. And the respect he has around the NFL is incredible. Teams still to this day will game plan for him no matter what.
Yeah.
And it's been really neat to have him this long in the Valley.
Well, when you have a guy like that competes like that, but you go out to, you talk about him in games, go watch a practice and tell me what the difference is. So,
no difference.
He was no different in high school. Like, listen, everybody loves games. When the band's playing, there's cute girls in the stands, everybody's going. But in Washington, when you're playing, you start out, it's blazing hot. You finish, it's freezing cold, and there's rain in the middle. It isn't for everybody. So when you watch a guy or a group, he kind of grew up, I think he'd tell you, like in high school, with like-minded kids who battled every day. So that was in it, but it's not changed. When I see this thing, he's just the same guy. So, I just tell him, like, hey, dude, I did not know you were that big a deal down here, man. Like, everybody, he's like, big deal, man. So he is, because he's just still Budda to me.
Yeah, man. Coach, Chili and I both appreciate your time tonight, Coach. Like I said, thank you for responding. I thought it was important that people hear your message going into the high school football season. We've done this high school show for a long time. Chili has covered high school sports here for a long time. I've been here 12 years. This is home. Saguaro's always been a big part of our community, and it's good to know that it's in great hands.
Well, we'll try to bring it back for you guys.
Do. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Coach,
take care. Thank you very much for the time. Appreciate you guys.
Yes, sir.
Take care.
Appreciate it, Coach.
Man,
that was cool.
I love what he had to say, and he didn't run from nothing. We didn't press him so much on some of the clickbait stuff that everybody else wanted to get out there, but just talking about like the numbers game over there, like he didn't run from it, and he didn't duck the questions. So I loved his responses, and he was authentic and genuine.
Chili, what's there to press? Like he owns up to the vision. Like he owns up to where they're at. I think the numbers.
Yeah.
that I saw was 33 kids, a handful of freshmen. Your concerns or everybody's concerns, will they make it through a season in a 6A schedule with those numbers? He's concerned. He said it himself. But all you can do is build up a team and start somewhere. And it sounds like he's got a bunch of kids that believe. And you got to start somewhere. And sooner or later, that program will be back. And we've seen programs come in waves. I could tell you a time Chile when Basher wasn't very good. And you know who could tell you that time even better? Coach McDonough can tell you that time when Basher wasn't very good. I could tell you a time when Desert Ridge was really good. And now they're struggling with kids too. I mean, not in a bad way, to say they've had the down years.
They're 0-10 last year.
Waves. And yeah, I mean, so things come in waves. Yeah, 0-10, but when I got here, they were in the state title game. And so
no, for sure.
One of the toughest outs every year. You know,
it is hard
to do what it was. It was hard to do what, you know, have a tough team every year. And it is hard to keep that. You know, Hamilton ran to town for a long time. All of a sudden, here comes Chandler. And now it goes back and forth. You know what I mean? So programs, they hit waves. And Saguaro's in low.
No, for sure.
But it's good to hear that they have somebody back with a good vision, who is embracing what that community is about, and can see what they could do. You gotta start somewhere.
No, for sure.
He can blame the kids for leaving, and that's a fair answer. Like, they've been through enough, and so people that wanted to leave, you have that option. But if you stay, know that I got you, and we're gonna.
Hey, Cam, listen.
I like that answer.
I like Coach G, and I think that he's going to be good for Saguaro. I think that there's a couple things here. One, he got hired late, and I'm disappointed that Saguaro would do that again after doing it to Coach Kelly, who I thought was unfairly let go, because I thought that he was kind of getting that thing fixed and in the right place. You know, there were some struggles. But he had some defections and things like that based on the situation that happened, and he was a late hire too. I just would have.
There was also another hire. There was a potential another hire in between.
Yeah, there was.
It's technically 5 coaches in 5 years. Technically,
it's so crazy that you know, one of our crown jewel programs would be going through that, and it's just disappointing.
But Chile, you need solid people to do it. And you need people who've done it before, and Coach, he gave the examples, and so I like him. I would concur if there was somebody who could do it. It sounds like he's the guy. And,
I like him, and I wish him the best.
There are concerns. They're gonna have to deal with those head on. So, like, they're not running from that. He understands the roster size, and there might be some tough decisions down the road at a later date as far as finishing the season, depending on how many kids you have there. But those will come as the season kind of goes on. And so you could only listen. Saguaro's in 6A. It's what they're going to do. They're going to play a 6A schedule. They're going to play with who they got, and it'll go from there. And to me, this is a bigger conversation about why schools should not be grouped based off wins, losses, math, and formulas or anything. I don't care who wins a million state titles. Put them in fair classifications always. And then if you want to do the open, then have the open. Then have the open and have them ranked that way. But they should all be in their own classifications. 4A schools should play 4A schools. 5A schools should play 5A schools. There's a reason for this, Chili. There's a reason for the numbers. That's why in Texas, guess what? There's 2 state titles in every division. It's a 6A Division 1 and 2, and they don't play each other ever. 5A teams don't play a 6A state title ever. There's 10 state champions every year in the state of Texas, 2 from each classification.
Sheesh.
And they never play each other. And guess what? It doesn't mean anything less. Hey, we talked the whole time. We got to hit on somebody else. No. We got real quick. All right, so the Mercury got Kelsey Plum. We're both excited about that. That should be pretty cool.
ASU football's ramping up. By the time the show airs, Coach Dillingham and crew will have ran their first practice officially.
Activate the
and I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
Chili was asking about Jacoby Brissett. He is the starting quarterback. Cardinals going to play the first game this week. The Hall of Fame game on 12 News Thursday night. Larry Fitzgerald going in the Hall of Fame on Saturday.
Greatest receiver ever.
Week. I think so. Him and Jerry Rice, 1A, 1B.
Great.
1A, 1B.
Listen, Larry's the greatest receiver ever. Hey, also real quick, make sure y'all check into
and hold on, just so you know, Carson Beck got a ways to go. I'm sorry, you said this earlier. Like
he does, but he's gonna start some games this year, so it's all good. Anyways, me and Gridiron are gonna break down some schedules on our show. Chili's 2-piece. Make sure that you guys check it out. AZ Compass Prep, Queen Creek, Sunny Slope, all going to get the royal treatment. Cam, I always appreciate.
Sunny Slope had some years. Queen Creek had some years.
Yeah,
AZ College Prep is doing this now after starting. Like
shout out
this.
to Coach
I remember when they used
to. I love it.
I remember when they used to practice next to a shed.
Oh, jeez.
And not even their own field and their own school.
It's true. It's true. It is true. My man Cam goes back.
Look at this. We had all these topics.
Hey, I'm setting up that horse match with you and Kelsey. Just so you know. I think she'll get you horse to H or something like
Chili, that. Let me tell you something. I cannot shoot a bat.
All the lights stay on me. I treat the game like Wall Street. If not, it am times 10 with the benefits. Don't time is now.